And there are some new faces in this town hall today. I do want to, and there are some familiar faces as well. So I really appreciate your participation and welcome once again. I also, before we dive into our agenda, I wanted to take a moment to uh, thank you all for your hard work, your commitment, your dedication to the message that you bring to your audience, to your community through our media platform. Your dedication is making a difference, and I want to tell you that. Maybe if you, I'm sure you hear it. I want to echo that. Um, Today, we're going to be joined by our client success coordinator. Many of you know him. You've met him. He's run your radio shows. He's the client success coordinator, Aaron Keller, and our marketing coordinator, um, our marketing coordinator, Harrison Ide. Harrison Ide has met with some of you as well. And he is going to be a part of the team here that talk to you about some of the new things that we're working on, some of the new things that we've added to our services here at Voice America. And before we, so welcome, Aaron. Round of applause. Welcome, Aaron and Harrison Ide to the meeting. I also wanted to take a moment to give a shout out to some members that are behind the scenes here, but working just as diligently and as equally committed, and that's our engineers. Matt, many of you know him as Monk, lovingly. He's our lead engineer. Behind the scenes there's also Jordan Henson. He's our audio engineer. And then our newest audio engineer is Michael McFetter. So I want to give a shout out to the engineers that have equally been committed, as our mission statement testifies, to revolutionizing the ideas of technology through collaboration. And we have to collaborate with each and every one of you. We have a commitment to inclusivity, and we strive to be more equitable and inspiring the world through internet radio. The engineers are an integral part of that. They bring every one of you on air, connect you with your guest to help this transition go as smooth as possible. Maybe there's some glitches along the way, but that's life. But a shout out to them, and Tacey Trump, our senior executive producer. Welcome as well, Tacey. Shout out to you. Some new team members that's recently joined us, team member that's really come back, April Woolley. Thank you for joining us today. Kat O'Sullivan launched her show with us recently. Thank you so much for that, Kat, and welcome. And then let's talk briefly about our agenda today. We wanted to bring this town hall together because we wanted to update you on some of the things that we have going on that directly affects all of us. And that is your analytics and what we're doing to enhance those reports for you. So Aaron will be speaking to you about that. We recently partnered with a new press release service that offers a more expansive reach when it comes to announcing exciting things, exciting guests on your show. So Harrison and I will bring some more clarity to the team around that. And then we have also added some new enhancements to our media outreach, and Harrison will be speaking to you about that. So the purpose of this town hall is really to give you an insight into our network enhancements and our new services. And we have some other services that we wanted to speak to you about that some of you are using to the fullest, and some of you have not taken advantage of. So it's just simply an opportunity to actually remind you of that. As we go through the town hall, I know that this is a opportunity to hear your voice, to hear your comments, your questions, your concerns. We'll be doing that through chat. So as we go through the agenda, if you have comments, questions that you want some clarity around, please just chat, send that through the chat, and we can address those. We'll have plenty of time to be able to do that as well. So without further ado, I'm excited to turn the mic over to Harrison, and Harrison is going to give you some updates on the press release and some other exciting things with our social media outreach.
Thank you, Sandra. Good morning,
You're welcome.
everybody. I wanted to, take some time today, like Sandra said, to talk about our new partnership with EIN. Our press release service beforehand, your press release would come out, it would kind of go on a database, and it was at the discretion of, yourselves and us as a network to get that out there for you. Now, however, with EIN, along with not just the one database with 6 different databases, we also are sending these press releases out to actual media outlets and editors and producers and journalists through EIN. This is entirely, 100% better than what we are at. We're seeing a lot more reach with these, a lot more interaction. The amount that we usually get, different media outlets that go out to, we average around 75 to 100 different organizations that pick up the releases. And these are individuals that are sitting there and reading your release and saying, I like that, I want to republish that on our side. Along with that, if you go to the About Us column in Voice America, you can also see the press release there as well. Usually about a day or so after the release comes out, we get a report that will tell us all of the distributing partners that have picked it up. And it's interactive. You can click on the links and it'll bring you to their site where your press release is. This is a full 180 turnaround for the better of what we were using. The amount that we can put in there is more. We can target specific industries and specific local or international locations. We had a press release come out a couple weeks ago, and the guest was from England, and their press release got on the BBC. So there's really there's no guarantee of who's going to pick it up, but if you look to the right of your screen, those are kind of the heavy hitters that we've seen pick up. This and the show itself are going to be your biggest SEO value for you. So please, I urge everybody, make sure that you're utilizing your allowment in your contract to put out those press releases, the 3 a month, 1 a month, 3 a quarter, making sure you're using those. Bigger reach brings in a bigger audience. It's great for hosts, great for shows, and it's great for bringing different communities over to your show. Social media. So I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about social media, some new things that we're doing, some kind of more best practices and how these things kind of work, which I'm, preaching to the choir to, I know a lot of you, but it's just a little refresher on those. Something else that we've introduced is our X articles. That is a way for us to highlight hosts and highlight their shows. It's like kind of like EIN. It's interactive. It's bringing the community together. And that's really what the social medias are for. They're for the social part of your show and making sure that, you're attracting the right audience and interacting with that audience, getting that feedback for the show, making sure that your guest is also doing promotion as well to bring both your communities together. Along with our side, the new standard for us is we're putting out 1 post a month for every host across all of the platforms that we use. So that's a upgrade from what we were doing. Along with that, different social medias have different collaboratory tools that you can use that I know I've spoken with a few of you about. So your social is about building your community. and driving that over to your show or your business, or maybe you want to say something about your personal life, kind of build a community through that. But any questions on this, please just put in the chat or send me over an email. I'd love to set up a meeting. If I haven't already, I'd love to set one up again. Yeah. So everything that I had talked about in that last slide is kind of the big boat of your program, making sure that you're promoting as much as you can and using those socials the way those socials are intended to be used. And what we're doing now, what we're rolling out, is a new service, a premium service that allows you to have that time back that you would spend on doing this. It's a full social media management support system. So we would go in and make those posts for you. We would interact and get that needed feedback, building that community, liking, subscribing, unsubscribing, things like that. It is a premium service. So if this is something you're interested in, please send me an email and we can work through those steps. I'm very excited that we're doing this. The difference between what we're going to do with this and what like a social media firm or something like that would do is we are going through your posts, your likes, all of that, and we're really understanding how all of that works on your side. Every social interacts differently with everybody. Your Facebook is going to be different than your LinkedIn, and making sure that we are creating independent campaigns for those things to really drive value to your show is the most important thing that we have. So that's my part of the meeting. I'd love to send the mic over now to Aaron. He's going to talk to you guys about some analytics and some e-cards.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Harry. Really exciting stuff in the social media world here. So at Voice America, we always love to stay at the forefront of innovation, keep up with the latest technologies, and our new partnership with Amazon Web Services allows us to do that now. We are now able to do things that we were not previously able to do. We're able to develop frameworks and lay the groundwork for things that we were not able to do on our previous provider. If you've never heard of Amazon Web Services, it's the same thing. It's under the same umbrella as Amazon. They have Amazon Prime Video that has some great shows and movies on it. They also have their online store that everybody knows about that goes on there and buys anything under the sun. They have Amazon Prime, which has partnerships with Grubhub. So they're really a big behemoth, and their web services are no exception for the quality of their stuff that they have. So some of the innovations that we're now able to pursue are things like enhanced analytics. And you might wonder what I mean by enhanced. Well, by enhanced, I mean accessible. Right now, you get your stats delivered to you via email every Monday between early morning hours. In the near future, you're going to be able to access your analytics in real time in your host portal. So when you are submitting your new episodes, you'll have another tab for analytics. You'll go down, you'll be able to then customize exactly what time frame you want to pull those analytics from. And you'll be able to figure out exactly what's working, what's not, and strategize a plan around, okay, this topic 2 days ago got this many hits, but this topic a week ago got this many hits. Maybe I want to pursue this topic a little bit better. You're going to be able to get better insights into your listener demographics and preferences, and you're going to be able to kind of strategize and figure out what you want to pursue on the next episode before waiting for that weekly email that says, here's your stats, here's how you did 7 days ago. So we want to give you that real-time feedback. From a content optimization standpoint, you're going to be able to figure out exactly what works best, and you're going to be able to customize in real time. It's honestly a game changer from what we've had previously for your stats. And this is also going to help with advertising revenue for your show as well, because analytics help demonstrate your show's reach and audience engagement. And that's very attractive to potential advertisers and sponsors. So we're really excited to roll this out to you guys in the near future. We're looking at a June launch right now. We have laid the groundwork for all of this. We are just doing some testing right now and ironing out all the kinks that are arising. Everything looks great, honestly. I'm going to be getting a full demo next week internally, so I cannot wait to share more information on this with you and actually get this rolled out into your host portal moving forward. On the horizon here, we have the ability to change your image in the eCard. Now, your eCard, for those of you that don't use it too much, I'm going to explain to you why you should. Your eCard is a promotional form that has all the information that you created for your new episode submission. So you create your new episode submission, it creates this eCard, and then you can share it to your audience, to your guests, to other people that will drive value to your show and help you network. You'll always want to share it with your guest. Now, currently, what you have is an eCard that always has your banner, your show banner at the top of your page. Well, we want to make it more relevant to the topic at hand, more relevant to the guest on that episode. So what you're going to be able to do in the near future is go into your host portal, submit your new episode as normal, and you're going to have a little special box that says, do you want to upload a specific image for this, or do you want to use your static same show banner that you've been using for each episode submission? And then you can say, okay, you know what? He's got a book he's promoting. I'm going to go ahead and use the picture of his book as the image. And that way it's more relevant and it's more likely to be promoted by the guest because it's centered around him or her. Moving forward, you're going to be able to have a lot more accessibility with your eCards. We're really excited to get that rolled out to you. Also on the horizon, as I said, we want to stay at the forefront of innovation and all the newest technologies. Well, we are pursuing video integration for your live streams. So that means when you are connected with on the platform, and we don't believe it'll be Zoom, but we believe we found another platform that we can use. When we connect with you, you will be able to stream directly to your show page, to your website, to YouTube, or Facebook, whatever place you want to stream to. Give us the URL and we will stream it. It's a very, very accessible interface for all of you to use. And we want to make it so you can engage with new demographics. There are demographics that are untapped right now from just the audio feed of your radio show. And with video, you're going to tap into those new demographics. You're going to be able to engage with people that you were not previously attracting before. In addition to that, you're also going to be able to monetize your content. This is going to be able to give you the opportunity to leverage monetization through advertising, sponsorships, and even subscription models. So you could actually lock your video episodes behind a paywall, or you could say, if you subscribe to me for a monthly fee, you get access to all of this. So this opens up brand new revenue opportunities for all of our hosts as well. From a brand visibility standpoint, presenting live radio shows in video format is really going to help elevate your brand visibility and recognition, and it's going to create a more immersive experience for your listeners and reinforce your show's identity. So I am super excited to get this finished and get this rolled out. This is going to be a premium service. So if you have any more questions on that, feel free to let us know. You can email me directly at aaron.keller@voiceamerica.com, and I'll be happy to discuss everything with you, set up a meeting, and even give you a trial run and make sure that you understand how it's all going to work. In addition to that, right now you have an embed player that was given to you at the start of your show in the welcome email. That embed player goes into your website where you can direct people to, view your products and services and learn about you and your brand. That embed player helps to drive people to your show page on Voice America as well, because they'll see that they might be there for your services. They'll see that you have a podcast or a live radio show, and they'll say, okay, well, maybe I want to know more about this, and you've got more listeners that way. We want to also increase the amount of time and value that your audience receives from being on your page for your brand itself. And in order to do that, we're going to be modernizing the embedded player. Right now, it's gray, it's a little dated looking, but we want to modernize it, bringing it into the digital age, more accessibility, more responsiveness, the same functionality, maybe some more functionality, some share features, and just make it more aesthetically appealing so that people spend a longer amount of time on your host page, or not, I'm sorry, not your host page, but your website. And then they get more time to be exposed to your services and your brand. So we're very excited to bring that into play here. I do want to send this back over to Sandra, who's going to be explaining a little bit more about the embedded player, how to access it, among other things. So Sandra, take it away.
Okay. Okay, I can do that. Thank you so, so much, Aaron. I do want to clarify the embed player, the link, excuse me, let me turn my video back on here. The embed player is being sent via the welcome email. It's a link. It's not the actual player, and you click on it. And most of us, or you may have had your web manager. You create a media tab and the web manager uploads that to your website. And that is where every single episode that you do gets automatically uploaded to that player. So what Aaron is saying is that that is going to be more enhanced. It looks like, in my opinion, an old boombox back in the day. And we had it like that, and it was the best thing in the world when it was first created, because it did allow you as a host to have a media tab put on your website, and anybody visiting your website and checking out your products or services also discover that you host a radio show, and they can listen to the show right there as they're checking you out and your other services that you provide or offer. This is going to be a new, improved, enhanced player. Now, what was recently shared with me, which I think is invaluable, and Tasty Trumpet shared that with me, was the embed player. If you look to this screen here, the bottom left, where there's a gray box there is a way to share the actual episode that your guest is on. You can take, when you go and hover your mouse over your host player, the menu tab drops down. Okay. And Tacy's going to be mad at me, but I'm going to ask her to explain the rest of this because she uses it and she advises her host to use it. And I think it's just invaluable. So Tacy, can you sort of walk us through the most effective way to take this episode that we're talking about? See, she's laughing now. She's going to
I
get me
thought you were
later.
going to ask me.
Yeah.
I thought you were. You can tell we worked together for years. Okay. Well, I think the easy way to describe it is we want as many on-demand listeners as we can, which is usually 80%. So in order to gain more on-demand listeners, this is a great little way. I know Suzanne Phillips and a few others, we've given those to the guests who have posted them to their websites, and we've seen the on-demand listeners go up. So basically, easy way of explaining it is go to the host page, make sure you select that episode that you want to listen to. That's the most important thing. So you look at your banner, make sure that's the episode right under it. While that episode is up, then you hover over your banner and you'll see over the bottom right-hand side of your banner, you'll see 3 little symbols that will come up. The third one you're going to click, which I think is share show. So the third symbol over from the bottom right-hand side, click that and you'll see this little box like on the left-hand side, and just click embed. When you do that, it's automatically going to copy it. You can open an email, paste it in there, send it to your guest, maybe with the interview link if you want, and just say, please feel free to share this. This embed code below you can give to your webmaster to place on your site. So all of your visitors can be listeners and listen to your single episode on your single episode player, which is fully branded around the host show. So basically just go there, and once you hover over it, click embed, open an email, paste that code in there, and that will go to the guest's webmaster so they can place it on their site. So it's just a nice way of grabbing their audience too. Does that sum it up, Sandra?
Yes, that's perfect. And Magnus, thank you for commenting that your guests, you use that for your guests and they love that feature. So
Yeah.
if it is more clarity needed around that, we can certainly send you some instructions on ways to do that. But as we're spending time on this image here, that visually shows what a host page looks like. I do want to point out some other things because each and every one of you have an individual host page. This is where the magic happens. This is where your listeners are coming to this page and they're checking out your show. They check out your live show. There's a episode directory of archived content that's housed there. There are show links that you provide us. There are obviously the show links are going to show the syndication points for the program, and then you're going to give us your social media links and any other links that you want your visitors to click on. Anybody's visiting this host page is simply a one click away from any call to action that you would like for them to take. And I know that's a familiar term, Tacey, that you've heard before. So on this host page, you have 3 ad banner spaces. That is your real estate. The ad banner sizes are 1911 by 236. They can be put there. They can be taken down. They can be exchanged. They can be rotated. That is your real estate. You have 3 on your your host page. And then the e-card that houses the episode description and information about the guest. There are 2 ad banner spaces there. So all in total, you have 5 that's available to you. We can create them. This is $250 if you need it for us to create them. A lot of our hosts go out to Canva. Once they get the size, they create their own. We just ask if you want that put on your host page to let us know where you want the top, middle, bottom. And we also need a URL that should be attached so that there's a landing page if anybody clicks on it. So that is your real estate. I see a lot of host pages that are using this space effectively, and sometimes it's not. But know that that's something that is available to you. The show links can be put there. They can be exchanged. I know, Kat, you've had links that you've put there for some of your guests, some organizations that you're affiliated with, and you can take those away. Ideally, this host page is for sponsors and advertisers to promote their products or their services. If you don't have a sponsor or an advertiser, then you promote what you do. Some of our hosts have bartered for other services and they've gotten free gym memberships, they've gotten other things, and they put banner ads. So you can use it. It is your real estate to use. There's also inside of your show, each and every one of you get up to a 60-second commercial about your products or services that can be heard during your breaks. And that is something that we encourage you to create. Aaron can script that. You give us the details of this commercial. We can script it. We can put a professional voiceover and music underneath it. And that is something that additionally can be used to promote your products, your services. Some of our hosts use video, as a way to have a one-on-one intimate sort of connection with their visitors to their host page. You can do that. The video can be up to, I don't know, Aaron, 5 minutes or so. People have short attention span, so I say the shorter the better. But there are some videos that also can be used to promote your products, promote your services. Many of you are using our pre-records services. If you're not, that is underused. I would say as part of the services that we provide. So we do encourage you to, when you go into your portal to submit your episode descriptions, there's a tab there that says pre-record. And you can certainly click there and calendar drops down, gives you available date and times where you can schedule a pre-record. And that's where you have an engineer that's going to monitor, count you in and measure the sound and all of that stuff. A lot of our hosts are sending in pre-records. They're sending in their recordings. That's fine as well. But we just want to remind you that we have that service available to you for no charge. It's part of the services that we offer. And lastly, I did want to mention that we have a blog, VA Press Pass. There's 14,000 visitors monthly that goes to that blog. So I know you're content creators, authors, seminar, webinar, TED talkers. So if you have articles that you want posted to our blog, you simply submit that through the portal as well. Harrison Ide is going to be the person that oversees that piece. He'll make sure that post is up. If he has any questions, I'm sure he'll reach out to you. But we encourage each and every one of you to utilize the Press Pass blog, because that is something that there's a lot of eyes, there's a lot of ears on it, and it is invaluable to have a way to further. Thank you, April. Okay, start sending those blogs through, because that is a way to further your brand and just have folks that are not particularly going to your host page to listen to your show know that you are someone who's an expert in this space. And so that is some of the best practices that not best practices, but really some of the underused services that I wanted to bring to your attention. And again, encourage you all to engage in that. And of course, if you have any questions about any of these things that we've brought up today, please let us know, and we'll certainly offer you more clarity around that. So I know that Aaron wanted to also talk about some best practices when it comes to the audio quality and content of your podcast or your radio show. So Aaron, please let us know your thoughts on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sandra. Yeah, so I just wanted to go over, I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of this, but for those of you that aren't, I just want to make sure you understand the 4 staples or the 4 pillars that make a great radio show before any editing or production is done to it. So number 1, headphones, 2, wired Ethernet cord, 3, a podcast microphone, and 4, a quiet room. Now, headphones, it doesn't have to be anything flashy. It could be a $2 pair of earbuds from your local gas station. It's serving one purpose, and that purpose is that the audio is going into your ears and not out of your speakers to feed back into your microphone. Because if it feeds into your microphone, it's going to cause a horrible echo or a screech, and you definitely don't want that kind of disruptive noise on your show. A wired Ethernet cord, while we do have Wi-Fi as an option, wired Ethernet cord is a lot better, because while Wi-Fi is convenient, it can be interrupted by rogue frequencies in the air, such as appliances or Google Home Assistants, maybe Alexa's. I apologize if I just set off anyone's smart home assistant by saying that. But those electronics emit frequencies that can intercept the frequencies from your Wi-Fi router and really give you poor internet quality. A wired Ethernet cord is shielded, and there's no way for anything to interrupt it. So if you're getting poor internet on a wired Ethernet cord, it's because of something that's going on with your router or your overall internet service provider in your area. Now, with a wired Ethernet cord, you'll of course want to make sure it's out of your way, and you're not going to roll it over with your chair like I do on a daily basis. I don't practice what I preach, unfortunately, but that's beside the point. The third one is a podcast microphone. Now, there are many great microphones out there for podcasting, but the number one that we prefer, that we think is the best value for your money, is the Blue Yeti. And blue is actually not the color. It is the company name. Didn't want you to think we had a color preference there. But Blue makes fantastic microphones. They have the Yeti X, the Yeti Nano, and the standard Yeti. All 3 of those are great. The standard Yeti is probably all you really need for your podcast or your live show. And the reason we prefer the Yeti is because it's very versatile. It has a selector for your gain, which if you have a lot of noise in your room, you can bring your gain down and it'll just pick you up to a point. Conversely, if it's too quiet in your room and you bring it up too much, then it can raise the noise floor and create what we call room noise, or a little bit of hiss, and you definitely don't want that. So the gain allows you to fine tune that to make sure that it's just you and your crisp voice speaking into that microphone being picked up on the air. In addition to that, on the bottom of the microphone under the gain, there are 4 different selections that you can choose from, and those are polar patterns. And the 4 polar patterns are representative of the way that the microphone picks up sound. So for example, the cardioid setting is just going to pick up sound in front of the mic. So when you're talking, if it's just you in the room and you're not talking to anyone else in the room, then you're just going to talk into the front of the mic on the cardioid setting. If someone's across from you, you would select another setting like the stereo setting. So if someone's sitting directly across, it would pick up from the front and the back of the microphone. If it's a round table discussion, you would switch it to omnidirectional, which would then pick up all sides of the microphone and all directional angles. And then there are other options as well that you can choose from, and they're really very versatile and circumstantial. So whatever the case may be, however you're doing your show, the Yeti really has you covered on where it needs to pick up and how you can adjust your gain. We love the Yeti. It's also easy to set up. We're very familiar with it. So if you do get one and you ever have questions about how to set it up, shoot me an email or shoot clientsuccess@voiceamerica.com an email. We'll be more than happy to walk you through it. The 4th thing is a quiet room. You know, a lot of people think that some noises behind them aren't being picked up by their microphones, but a microphone like the Yeti is very sensitive. It picks up a lot of things, and maybe you bringing the gain down isn't enough. So you'll want to be, to the best of your ability, in a quiet room, because whatever goes in usually cannot be edited out. We can edit to a point, but there's no way to what we call 3D edit. So if you hear a siren wailing past you or a leaf blower outside, you know, we'll take a look, we'll see what we can edit out. But if you have a quiet room to begin with, then you're going to have the best quality podcast or live show. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about, you know, a siren goes wailing down the road and it bleeds into your microphone. That's what I call the beauty of live radio. You just roll with it. It's not going to be as disruptive as you think it is. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. If that does happen, I do want to just say, I would pause what you're doing. That way we can edit that sound out without taking any of your content out. And then once the sound is over, then you can continue and then we can edit from there for the on-demand version. So I really want to thank all of you for being here and learning about what we've got cooking for you here at Voice America. We're constantly working to improve the Voice America experience for all of our hosts. It's so great to see you all here, see all my favorite faces and names. I want to take some time to go over your questions that you may have been submitting through the chat here. So Sandra Harrison and I will start addressing those shortly. Feel free to continue to stick around and submit more questions as you have them as well.